My name is Elize Oosthuizen. I'm an MBA graduate. Today, I want to share my story with you. I'm married with 3 beautiful children. I grew up in Rustenburg on a farm, born from a mixed-race family. I'm the 3rd child of 4. Growing up in an underprivileged household was very difficult. My parents did everything they could to give us a suitable upbringing, but financially, life was very difficult. As a little girl, I was so tired of this poverty, so tired of seeing how my parents struggled, so tired of all the stressful environment. I told myself that the only way for me to break out of this poverty was to be educated. I always believed that education was the only key that could help me get a secured, stable, advanced life. I fought through all odds to be the first in my family to complete my matric. Unfortunately, my parents did not have the financial means to send me to the university. I had to join the mining sector and work in the production underground. I was privileged to be part of the first group of female learner miners and held the role of a stope miner underground. It was the hardest but most memorable time of my life. I was so scared as a woman alone in a male-dominated world. And the pressure was enormously so high to prove that I can deliver mining production as a woman. I had to learn how to survive as a woman, physically, emotionally, and mentally. I had to learn how to be strong, brave, and bold. However, I learned so much from the skilled labor underground, and they learned so much from me as a woman in mining. Management took the initiative to hide the importance of diversity and move on to the implementation of integrated gender equality strategies and initiatives. That's where women in mining were formed, and today you see the fruits of that all over South African mines. However, during this process of my mining career, I still wanted to go to the university. For 10 years, I tried to apply for study assistance and every year denied because I did not meet the company criteria. Eventually, I was promoted to the Human Resource Development Department. I worked so hard and upskilled my work performance. I was finally granted financial assistance to study towards my HRD degree at the Northwest University. During my first year, everything went great. Very excited to finally study towards my degree. Yet, that excitement did not last for long. During my second year, the mining industry suffered temporary financial hardship and imposed a moratorium on all study assistants. As devastated by the news, I just could not quit and made the decision to depend on my own financial means. I remember I took my whole salary to pay for my registration and books. That month was the toughest month my husband and I had to face just to get through. While busy in my second year, I found out that I was pregnant with my 3rd child. I was so excited about this beautiful gift, but I knew that it was going to be extra harder to be pregnant and to study. I had it all planned out perfectly, knowing I had a smooth pregnancy with my other 2 kids. This one will be the same, and I calculated that my baby would come at the end of the 2nd semester, so I would have enough time to complete my exams. However, it did not work out that way. I had the most difficult pregnancy of all. I spent 5 months, mostly in hospital, then I was at home. I was placed on bed rest for the rest of the 5 months and couldn't walk, drive, or do anything. Everyone told me to quit my studies. They thought I was putting so much strain on myself and my baby, but I just couldn't. I told myself not even this pregnancy is going to let me quit. Meanwhile, I was juggling my assignments in the hospital to submit on time. I made a deal with my doctor to take out the baby after writing my 2nd semester exams. Nevertheless, the baby decided to come earlier and during my exams. I still had 4 modules to write. After giving birth, I knew that I've missed the first opportunity exam. I also knew I was left with only the 2nd opportunity. I told my husband that this is my only shot left to complete my exams. I took my newborn baby with me to the exam room and wrote my 4 modules while breastfeeding. I managed to successfully complete all 4 of my modules with my baby. The Northwest University was so accommodating and supportive of me to complete my studies with my children. I was the first in my family to complete my first degree. Walking that stage was the greatest honor for me because I knew I have broken that poverty cycle for myself, my children, and those that will follow me. I then left the mining industry to further focus on my education. I applied for PG Dip at the Northwest University Business School and was fortunate to also secure a job at the Northwest University. PG Dip was a smooth sail because I was already in a routine. I attended most of my classes with my 3 children while my husband had to work, and I secured my PG Dip with a cum laude. I remember when I got accepted for my MBA, it was so unreal that this farm girl who came from nothing with nothing got accepted for an MBA. I was very excited, but no one could have ever prepared me for what MBA entails. This was the most difficult degree, so I had to really work hard to pass all my modules. During my first year, I faced another difficult moment. My baby daughter was admitted to the hospital for a week. My second daughter followed the next week, and then my husband was critically ill and had to also be admitted. I was so scared he was going to die. When he was discharged after a week in hospital, my father-in-law tragically passed away on that same day. This all happened in the same week while I was preparing for my exams. I had to split myself between hospital, home, work, and a funeral, but also had to focus on my studies. I was so low, so weak. My husband, who was my anchor, was still very sick, and with the emotions of him dealing with his father's passing, I had to be brave and learn how to deal with it all on my own between me and God. I had a long conversation with my God. I cried like never before, but giving up on my studies was just not an option. I knew I only had God as my pillar of strength, and He just pulled me through, and I completed my first year. My second year was the most memorable of all. It was during COVID time, and boy was it a huge challenge juggling a full-time mom household, work, and my MBA at home. But not even COVID could stop me to complete my MBA. Today, I'm a proud holder of an MBA degree, but I could not have achieved my greatest success had it not been for the support and commitment of the business school. The greatest honor for me was the support I received from Prof. Jan van Romber when he was the chief director of the business school during my research study. He took time from his busy schedule to support me and help me drive my research. We even managed to conduct a community outreach that same day. That for me showed the integrity of the business school leaders who value their students regardless of their platform, but that each one of us mattered, whether top student or just normal average student. The lectures of the business school deserves all the acknowledgement. The manner in which they transferred learning was to the highest standard and professionally executed. Their support and encouragement, late night phones or team sessions to ensure I was not left behind was exceptional. I walked a remarkable and successful journey with all the lectures, and today they play a role in who they shaped and the journey to be the future female leader in the corporate world. One of the Northwest University Business School's vision statement is to equip managers and leaders with critical competency to address business challenges. I can attest to that, since I have recently shaped back into the mining industry again. My level of thinking has changed the way how I think about business. Merging what I've learned in the MBA into corporate level strategy has already set me in an advantaged position to take my career to the next level. Not only am I proud to be part of the prestigious International Amber accredited business school, but I was also fortunate to visit Spain with the MBA students this year. I've seen the world through the eyes of the business school and experienced international exposure in the business market segment and learned how international business schools network with the rest of the world. I was so amazed by the professional manner in which the logistics around the trip was planned. Prof. Leonta and Prof. Yvonne collaborated to manage this trip ethically and ensured every student was part of the whole experience. Thank you again for this opportunity. I want to give God all the credit and all the glory. All my life, He had been faithful and never had He left me on my own. I will forever testify of His goodness. Prof. Ronnie, thank you for all you have done for me. You have walked the journey with me, with my ups and downs. You encouraged me, supported me, and pushed me to be the best I am today. You were hard on me, but you knew that you were busy shaping a professional. Paul, my husband, if there is someone who deserves an award, then it is you. No one could ever understand what it took to support me in my dreams. You stood by me through so many good and bad times. You tolerated me when I was at my lowest and rejoiced with me with all my successes. You took care of our kids and filled my role as a mother when I had to study, and never have you ever complained. I salute you, my husband, because my dreams were your dreams and you had so much confidence in me. I did this for us and our kids. God knew to place you as my anchor. I know that I could never repay you for what you have done, but I just want to say thank you for what you have done for me. I know that you did it from the bottom of your heart because that's what true love does. To the rest of the MBA students and those to come, life will challenge you and sometimes it will come very hard. Don't let your circumstances define who you are. Follow your dreams no matter what the cost and time will be. But when you fall along the way, don't stay down, don't quit. Rather crawl, stand up and walk again. Nothing is impossible until you decide it is not possible. Thank you again to the Northwest University and the Business School. I am because you have believed in me. Thank you.